All right. This is What's Up Dave for Tuesday, May 30. They confirmed I have audio going on here. This is a stream that I do for my friends on the internet. Just catching up with stuff. Looks like we have audio, so that's good. And let's see what we have going on today. Let's switch to the chat mode and see. We have, let's see. Accordingly, I said, okay, we're going to, oh yeah, right, I got this new Draplin book in. And let's take a look at this. Starting off with show and tell, get the interesting stuff out of the way. So when I get to the boring work stuff, you can sign out. Does people really care? No, I don't think so. So let me go to Oxcam view. So this is a book by Aaron Draplin. See if I can get a better frame on this. Aaron Draplin is an American graphic designer who I've been following for a while since I became aware of him when. When did I become aware of this dude? I don't actually remember. I think I saw some of his design work in Wired and read a story about how he loved this sort of industrial, non-professional graphic design, and they would take it and adapt it into his own stuff. This is beautiful. The original book I got had been damaged, and I sent it back. And I'm actually glad I did because the cover of this is it's like kind of embossed. It's embossed a little bit. All these things are or debossed. Is that right? No, they're embossed. It's a lovely cover. I have an enjoyment of information graphics, and he has a way of doing very clean, bold, and yet kind of unpresumptuous design. That's what I really like about his stuff. Apparently, he's quite funny in person. He has a whole persona. He was actually up here in Manchester, giving a talk at the local art school, the New Hampshire Institute of Art. I wasn't able to attend it because I was in Taiwan at the time, but my friend Sid was there and he got to take pictures of him in a portrait environment. Yep, there's the timer. So I'm just kind of flipping through this, and so it looks like there's a history of how he just got started. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more on this. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to shake the camera so much. I wish I had some sort of boom thing I could just pull down from the ceiling. But yeah, so this looks like a cool book. It was briefly out of print, and I panicked and I ordered it. It's like $40. But I love the way that he designs forms, and yet it has this kind of industrial quality that also appeals to me. So, I don't know. I guess stylistically, this is the guy that I look up to. And I guess he's all about the merch, too. So he goes on these tours now, and he just, sells posters. He's like his own rock band as a designer. Gets in a van and drives around the country. This is the dude who makes the field notes, if you've heard of those. But yeah, looks like it's going to be a fun book to get into. Very pleased just looking through it. Sometimes I buy a design book, I'm going, why did I buy this? I guess it's good design. I can appreciate the process from it, but this is stuff that I just like. It's hard for me to think of any other graphic designer who I really look at their work and I just like what they're doing. But if you have some favorite designers, I would like to hear about them. Draplin Design Company, pretty much everything. Oh, the other book that is a favorite of mine is I should show and tell that some other time. It's the Paul Smith book, which my sister gave to me. Not knowing anything about fashion designer Paul Smith, but his approach also very much in line with the kind of things that I enjoy and like and aspire to do myself. So alright, so the other show and tell item is ribs. So let's go I got some pictures of this. So I marinated some ribs. Like I thought I was gonna make these on Memorial Day yesterday, but I didn't realize I had to marinate them overnight. So this is the rub I showed yesterday. This is the idea: is you put the rub on the ribs overnight, and this has been a rack that's been cut in half because the smoker I have isn't that big. And then you wrap it. This is what it was like when I just unwrapped it. A lot of liquid had come out of the ribs, which might be good. I don't know. I should have poured it back into the pan. And then you just don't put any more rub on it, and then you just shove it in the smoker. And so that's where it is right now. And it's smoking away. Well, I'm not sure why. I just wanted to show the smoke coming out. And it's really it's over there right now smoking. It's still going. It'll smoke for a couple hours. I don't know if this is going to show up. Yeah, you can see it outside there maybe in the upper right corner. I'm not sure why there's that buzzing noise coming from the camera. It's a little disturbing. Is there a buzzing noise? Is that a fan? Sounds like there's a helicopter above. I didn't notice. Anyway, that's what's going on there. So now, shut this thing down. Now I'll just go back to actually do some work. So work, blah. Well, I'm trying to have a better attitude about work. Yesterday I was kind of in a funk. But today, having worked through it yesterday with some journaling, I got to a better place and started thinking about, well, what causes these problems that I'm having, this resistance I have to working. So let me move this, change the screen over here to back to Oxcam, and let's see if I can move this position this thing a little bit this side. It's not so much in the way. I can bring this. Figuring out ways I can use this thing. This chair is maybe a little bit too big. I wonder if I could do it like this. Like Antonio Banderas in that movie. You play the guitar like this. Alright, so this might work. It's a little awkward, but I think I can work with this. This was yesterday's. Yesterday was kind of a crappy day. I did make the rib marinade, and then I just sort of collapsed around 5. And then I essentially fell asleep until we went at midnight. So I was up for a couple of hours, doing a little bit of writing, and then I went back to sleep again. I woke up again today around noon. So I'm kind of in vampire sleep mode. So let me just fill this out here. 12, 1, 3, 4. So what time is it now? It's 2. 6. I'm just going to fill this out to 6 p.m. today. Tuesday, May 30, 2017. So what did I do to this morning so far? I can probably just check the chat room and see what's up with that. So I'm looking, let me look at the work log over here. Let's see what I have. So accordingly, this is our work log room where so I actually started, I think at 1 o'clock. So I was up at noon, and I guess I've shifted the cat's medicine regimen. A little bit longer regimen. So 1 o'clock, what did I do? I got the weekly hourly report. Weekly report, and I got it done at around 15-ish. This is the sprint report. Since yesterday was a holiday, I didn't do it yesterday. And then smoker 15. That was done by 1:30 actually. Smoker. Now it's 2:23. This has been 9 minutes, so that means I must have started this here. I think the What's Up Dave prep was about 30 minutes. more or less. They said I would do 30 minutes on it. But that was kitchen tidying. So that brings us up right to now. And so some things today are important work things is to coordinate the sprint with Ben. And then fake track improvements. This is also work. I am taking some very old, before I knew what I was doing, JavaScript code, and just revisiting it. It's so old that it's just uses like it's just terrible. It's worked all this time, but like now it's time to put a little bit of time into improving that. Other things I want to get done today. I want to review the resistance theories. I'll get into that in a bit. Review resistance theories. I need to eat lunch. I need to also head out to the grocery store and buy some stuff. I need to get some Boma floor cleaner. I need to buy some sort of stainless steel cleaner. I'm not sure what. I've never had stainless steel appliances before. I've got 2 of them now, so now I need to learn how to clean them. There was something else that was on this list. What was it? Oh, I need to drop off package. And that kind of, those are the errands for today, I think. Do I need to take out trash? Oh yeah, cat litter. That was the big thing. I need to buy a bunch of cat litter. You might as well take out the trash. So, how am I gonna? So those are errands I'll do. These are actually pretty important. So anything else would be a bonus, and I'm hesitant to put down what those are. But let me copy over these carryover tasks here. I forgot to switch over. Sorry. These are the carryover tasks that I've been carrying over by rewriting them. I'm going to rewrite the theme of the week. Oh, I'm starting this here. This is Resistance Observation Week. So, Observation Week. And why is it so dark? It's so weird. Bev game notes. I just want to keep this. I know I'm doing this next week, but if I don't write it every day, I might forget it. Read era paper. I think I might do that today. And I want to figure out how to outline a paper like this. That's actually a fairly significant task in itself, but I will spend, to make it less daunting, I will spend 15 minutes on it. This might be a multi-day project. Maybe I need to assign it a project code. 2024 blog. This is just a reminder. I'm not sure what that's all about. Art of Charm. Listen to in car. I guess I could do that when I'm out. TypeCon. Let's look at that. Static site mockup. I also wrote yesterday to give myself permission to enjoy in the moment, because I think I've been in the moment, like, because I have so much work that's on my mind, like this giant project that's moving kind of slowly. My own e-commerce stuff that's going super slowly. And like it's like it's like I can't enjoy doing anything because I'm thinking that like I should be working on these other things I said are important, and it sucks. So I'm gonna stop that. I have this weird notion that I'm supposed to be loyal to these projects and to these people. And I think of it, my sense of loyalty is unrealistic. Um, I think other people don't have problems with this. They're perfectly fine carving out time for themselves and saying, work gets this many hours of my time. They don't get all of it. They don't get all my attention. But I have a tendency to think like that. And then, I feel guilty if I'm not helping people or not completely there all the time for them. But I don't think it's healthy. It's especially if it prevents me from actually getting things that I want to do accomplished. So that's where I am right now on this. It's how long I've been going on this thing. It's been 15 minutes. That's not so bad. Moving along at a good clip. There's actually a couple of people watching. Hello, people. So one last discussion point is this week I said I'm working on observing my resistances. And what are the resistances, you say? Well, the resistance is what I'm referring to as, I think Stephen Pressfield, Stephen Pressfield, he wrote this book, Pressfield Resistance. Let's see, they'll probably pop something up. This is a thing. So Stephen Pressfield is a writer who wrote this book called The War of Art, which is pretty well known in circles of people who procrastinate or having difficulty getting stuff done. So I'm just looking at it over here. And he talks about the resistance in this. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice? Why am I getting ads for that? I did enjoy that book. But how does it know? So the War of Art identifies the enemy that every one of us must face, outlines a battle plan to conquer this internal foe, that pinpoints just how to achieve the greatest success. And he labels this enemy that we all face the resistance. And I think it was Colleen Wainwright who turned me on to this. For like a year, we did a kind of resistance battling exercise, which was really awesome. And so it's been on my mind a lot. But I've been facing a lot of resistance recently, or I've been thinking about it more, let's say. And so if I just look, I've been writing up my theories in our long-term discussion area on Discord, in the Discord chat room. So I think I tagged them resistance theory. Yeah, so how come this isn't, did I misspell it? There are more of, what happened to resistance theory 01? Is this search broken? I know I put this in here. Alright, so how come this is not showing up? I definitely I was expecting this to work more reliably. Recent, relevant. Okay, so there's two tabs here. So resistance theory 01. And actually let me transcribe this into a new document. Damn it. What is this? There's this whole area that you can't grab here, or it doesn't reliably grab. So how am I going to do this? I want to transcribe this into a document. So what I want to do then, I think, I'm going to go to our public docs.ds cowork area, and let me close this window here, and I'll open it up over there. That was just the YouTube monitoring. I'm just going to put it on the PC over here. And in this, I want to make a resistance document. So I will make a new blank document. So there's a shared folder for, I'll call this resistance theories. Oh look, I typed too fast for the computer again. Resistance theories. So resistance theory 01, let me just copy and paste these in. They can just work from that. So resistance theory 1, resistance 2, here's resistance theory 3, 3 and 4. After I'm done pasting this in, I'll actually read through them really quickly and then get off and do my errands. And there was some other discussion that people are adding to this, which I haven't read yet. All right, so these are theories that came to me as I was working and facing resistances. So resistance theory 1 is that I resist starting things because I feel I'm supposed to be doing something else. So just talking about that. Possible solution: do what I'm supposed to do for a bit, then switch to something fun, or blow off everything and enter full progressive motion mode without shame. So these are theories, by the way, so I'm not sure that saying these are truths. Resistance theory 2 was that I don't like working by myself. And if I don't like working by myself, then I just don't feel like working. And the possible solution was to flip it around and to make the project for myself and then report to people that as if they're my dependents rather than it being the other way around. And I think that actually works because if you're like in charge of doing something, it's your thing. You're not doing it because you are a servant of the person in charge. Oh no. Really, like you're providing an essential service. So resistance theory 3 was resist is like kind of an observation that resistance doesn't develop instantaneously. I mean, it's not a barrier that's always existed. It's not fully formed. It requires a small amount of time to develop full strength because you have to think about it first. And the more you think about it, the stronger it gets. Unless you engage in counteracting thinking that diminishes the resistance. But the more you think about the resistance, the bigger it gets, and the more you had to overcome it. So not thinking about it at all maybe is a way to blast past it. This one I like a lot. Don't give it the energy. Resistance theory 4 is not taking ownership of the work, letting uncertain requirements of others put me in a constant should or should I not mindset. I guess that's related to was it 1? It was related to something. And the frustration that builds from this is like I'm not in control of my own excellence or developing my own excellence. So this is, again, the flipping around the dependence. So this is a variation of 2. Let me add this variation of 2. The resistance theory 5 is like the imagined ideal response from someone is not met, resulting in negative reinforcement, self-reinforcement. But these expectations are unrealistic and false and are a false confirmation that spirals into useless or spirals unproductively, let's say. And what do I mean by that? So, like, let's say that you're supposed to be working with somebody, and that person isn't as excited about what you're working on as you are excited by it, and it seems like they're uninterested. And maybe they're not, and then you take that kind of personally and say, well, this person's not into it. Why should I be into it? These aren't this is something that bothers me personally. And then it occurred to me that, like, well, don't let the apparent lack of effort and commitment, as I imagined, like the movie version, as an actual sign that is the case. A more realistic expectation is like they're interested, but they're not. It's not their life, Maybe I have a tendency to want to make everything like you super epic all the time. Actually, that's true. Whereas other people, it's just another thing to do, and they're happy to spend the time to talk to you about it, unless they're busy or so forth. But they acknowledge and recognize your needs as well as their own in a moderate, conservative manner, and maybe that's fine. Maybe that's something I need to get used to, instead of it being like the world is exploding. We can be part of it. We can be the solution, or we can be the cause. like those are the kind of things, scenarios that I tend to get more excited about. Maybe I'm just excitable and didn't realize it. So those are the resistance theories I have so far, and I'm gonna just be filling out this document throughout the week. So that's really what's going on today. I think that's it for now. I have my OKRs. Oh, I guess one thing with the OKRs, while I'm in this Docs DS co-working things, is I actually started putting my OKRs, my objective key results, into a subfolder of the accountability group. So they're all here now, and so I can edit them and share them with other people by clicking this. So if you're in the virtual chat co-working room, you can access these files and see what we're talking about. So these are the OKRs for this week and what I got done last week. One problem with this format, though, having them on Google Docs, is Google Docs apparently can't print these emoji characters. They can display them here, but there's some issue with the printing for it, because I think these emoji are system features. They look different on Windows than they do on PC, on Macintosh. And so Google Docs can access them, but when it comes to printing them, it can't. It can't get at these. But anyway, this week is the gain the mastery through work. It's removing Durandal. Actually, that was already done. Why is this still here? Should be remove ice. This should be remove ice step or enhance fake track. Is everything else here right? Yeah, everything else there looks correct. If I try printing it again, it's going to just screw up. You can see like in the preview, it's lost all of the. Maybe I need to actually paste it into text edit. That'll be my workaround. Text edit might be able to understand it. And again, I didn't click right in the middle of the. Yeah, it does understand it. It just looks weird. And turned into 2 pages. Why is that? Is it because it's Cambria bold now? It's translated the characters. And it screwed up all the formatting. Like it's 11. Now everything's different. I guess it just doesn't translate it very well. Does it fit on one page still? No, what is up with this? Now it's times? Oh. This is very odd. Oh, it must be a spacing thing. Where do they do that here? Or why am I wasting my time with this? What is this? This must be it. It's still on 2 pages. The hell? Rewrap contents to fit page. So if it does it, then it expands it and puts it into 2 pages? That's ridiculous. Anyway, let's print that. Got to figure out a better way of doing this at some point. Anyway, maybe Google will fix their stuff. Anyway, that's it. That's today's What's Up, Dave. That's what's going on. Gonna talk to my colleagues and see where we are. Then I'm gonna run some errands, and then maybe later on I'll get into some code work and do some virtual co-working with that. It's been a while since I've done a JavaScript co-working session. So hope you're having a good day. It's cold and nasty here, but there will be ribs later at 6 p.m. So maybe that'll be worth reporting on. I'll talk to you later.